Hello, my convicts and cover catchers. It is I, the Convict, bringing you guys and gals another video. So, today's the day. We have now got officially in the PC the 3060 Ti. It's really, really good. I've been playing a little bit of Halo yesterday. I couldn't sleep. I don't know what I've done, but my arm here hurts really, really bad. Sometimes, very rare it happens, but I wake up in the morning because I'm a dominant sleeper on my right side. I have to sleep on my right arm. I've done something to my shoulder again, and it's inflamed again, and it's like a muscle pain. It's like I've had a guy or several guys stomp 120 times on my shoulder, and then I've woken up this morning. I'm like, oh my god! So yeah, I was up from 3 o'clock this morning. Unfortunately, Rio got up as well, so I ended up trying to push myself to getting back to bed. Eventually, managed to get to some sleep. Eventually, but oh, my arm is in so much pain. Nevertheless, obviously the show will continue on. I just need to get some tablets. The only problem is, one thing I hate what Catherine does, right? We had two boxes of tablets that I put in the knife and fork drawer that I hide. So obviously Rio can't see him, and he can't get to them anyway because I put them in. They're in like a secure case. You can't get open unless it's an adult. Um, and I always keep them in there for an emergency that I might need them for whatever reason. Sometimes, it's very rare that I get sick, which is kind of good. But on days I get it really, really bad. And either it's, feeling a bit unwell, stomach cramp, whatever, if I ever get that, which is very rare. And then sometimes I get this pain in my shoulder here. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why I get it, but it's so tremendously painful. And like I said, it's like either they've stumped or they've pulled my arm completely out of socket and left it. That's how painful it sounds. It feels and sounds. It does sound and it does feel, even though I didn't mean to say feel. And I don't know. I don't know what I've done to it, but I need some more medication. But she's got them all on her in a bag, is what I was trying to say before I started sidetracking myself. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I've done to my arm. It just hurts so bad. Anyway, who cares about that? So today we've got a 3060 Ti in, and it's an absolute beast. It's a beast of a card. I was playing a couple of games. Like I said, I played Halo. I played some PlayStation 5 games and put it on 60 FPS and everything, and it just tackled it like it was nothing. So I'm very excited to try it out and actually give it a bash. One thing we did kind of have, we had two problems. Number one, the computer, when that I started it up, because I got the card at the time I did the video on it, and you can go back and check. I'm not sure what time that was. It was around about um 11, 12, about half 12 maybe. I think it was half 12 or around half 12, 1 o'clock. From then on, all up until 5 o'clock was me having to mess about with this stupid card. No, it was after 2 o'clock because Catherine had gone to work. So after 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock, I'd be messing about trying to get the stupid card to work in the first place, which was driving me absolutely batty. When I put the card in, I kept getting an orange light and I kept getting a white light. Now, the white light on the B450-F board means that there's no GPU. There's no GPU plugged in. And the orange one is to do with memory. But I knew it wasn't memory. I knew it was GPU because my memory worked fine. But then when I took that card out, put my other one back in, my old one, which I've actually got over here, if I can reach it. My old one. This is what's been powering the system for so long. This one, this beefy boy, even though it is years and years and years old. This was powering the whole of the system. And yeah, it's been a pretty good card. This is the card I've been talking about. That's been, running the show for so long. But yeah, it I plugged that one back in. That one won't work. I was like, what the hell's going on? Why is it gone from this card doesn't want to work. It's the new card. I'm not too sure. It might be faulty. Could be. You never know. I never give up on trying to get them to work. To that one, then not working afterwards after I put it back in. So eventually I got that one, the old one, to work again. Then I went in and thought, right, what I need to do, if anything, maybe it's because I need to flash the BIOS of the system. Now, another problem, Catherine's got the goddamn dongle. My stick, my dongle stick. So I bought a 16 gigabyte dongle stick because she does stuff at university. She's got my dongle stick. So there was no way I could actually put a physical copy onto a dongle and put it in to try and flash the BIOS on a PC. Now, luckily, the B450-F board, you can actually flash by the board itself when you go into BIOS mode. You go into that. There's an easy flash utility mode thing you go into. You just need to then go locate the cap file, the .cap file, and then obviously do it that way. But I'm not generally fond of doing that because if the board does something wrong at any point, then obviously it screws up. To be honest, flashing a BIOS is extremely dangerous in any way you want to attempt it, to be honest. Even if you plug it in, all it takes is the electric just to cut out for a second. That's it, you're screwed. But yeah, so the BIOS was successful. I put the card back in, still won't work. And I was like, what is going on right now? Why can I not get anything to work? And what is happening? So eventually, I did manage to get the 3060 to work after plugging it in, unplugging it, and whatever. But I think what was the last time was because I connected not only obviously the 3060, but I connected this card in as well because I wanted to have this card to power one monitor and the 3060 power the gaming monitor, which is underneath where the webcam is, where you guys and gals are. The problem is, obviously, this one is a different brand, as you can see here, to the other card. And I don't think that card will work in sync with the other card. So I ended up having to just put my 3060 Ti in the system and keep that one out. I've not even got the other one. I had this tiny little one, which is actually in the box that I'm going to throw away, which is absolute garbage. That one was at the bottom of the system as well as this one. They work together, but I think they are both the same brand because this one's GeForce and that one's not. That's Radeon. Then obviously they're not going to work in sync. So this left me to my final problem. Now, what I used to have, if I grab my webcam actually here for this bit, this is my EX2710, as you can see here. And up top on here was a monitor called the Hans monitor, but it's now my EX monitor as well. So I've got both my big boys out. This is the 4K monitor that does 4K 60 FPS, and this is the new one that I bought, the X2710, which does the 1920 by 1080 at it can do up to 144 hertz, and this is actually in 144 hertz right now. So that's pretty cool. I got to, eventually got to experience 144 hertz because I set this one up even though it kind of pointed towards it was just max of 120, it doesn't. It actually does 144, the X2710, which I expected it did because after looking through some literature, I found something that said that for PC it will do 144, console it will only do 120 on there. But obviously it's a bit of future proofing just in case, they give us the opportunity to have that on there. So there we go. So after all that pain and suffering, I managed to get eventually down to it, and it came down to one problem. And because obviously this monitor over here doesn't support DVI, it's only got HDMI and it's got DisplayPort. This one here only does HDMI and DisplayPort. My graphics card does one HDMI and it's got three separate display ports. So I was like, well, I don't have a DisplayPort cable. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Because I need two monitors. I can't have just one monitor and try and play games and have OBS at the bottom and all that rubbish because it's going to be so annoying. Luckily, in my box, if you remember previously, someone might remember previously, I actually went out and I bought a HDMI to DisplayPort cable. Now I wanted to try and do it so I could plug the HDMI into my PlayStation and then plug the DisplayPort into obviously this monitor over here, which is my 4K monitor, my EX 2780U, I think, or what it's called. I forgot what it's called now, and get that one to obviously try and run DisplayPort. And obviously, PlayStation will do that because it's not 2.1 supported. Now, my graphics card is 2.1 supported, the 3060 Ti. So yeah, I've had one hell of a day, or yesterday, I should say. It's been an absolute nightmare. So I tried it out. I was like, okay, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to put HDMI to this to my Ava Media box, HDMI from my PC to the TV, then obviously one to the PlayStation. Then I'm gonna have to pray that my 4K monitor that's on the windowsill here was gonna actually do the display port or HDMI to display port because I had to do it the other way around. I had to do display port to the monitor and then HDMI. No, I did it the other way, didn't I? Yeah, I did display port, sorry, to the PC and then HDMI to the TV. So everything else uses HDMI to HDMI, and then this monitor, I had to put HDMI to the monitor and then display port to the PC. And it works, as you could see, obviously, the screen on over there. So it's been horrendous. I've had no end of problems. And this is the life of obviously building PCs. You get no end of problems with them, but this is the quality of the graphics card already. Obviously, this webcam is probably going to be the only letdown now because obviously, in order to have top streamer quality, I would need to have, well, two things actually. I'd need to have a DSLR camera, which is a professional camera, to do the recordings of webcam and stuff. And I would need to have better internet, obviously, which is going to be the fundamental flaw in this setup. Or it's always going to be the fundamental flaw because I'm never going to have enough to power the whole thing and do it because you need to have at least, I think for 720, you need to at least have 6 megabits per second. And for 1080, you need to have something, I think it's 12. I think it's 12 upload just for the stream. And then you're not, this is not talking about obviously playing games and stuff, which luckily is not too bad because if I'm playing on PlayStation 5, then obviously I can keep my PlayStation 5 on my home connection here, the wired connection, and then use the stream, which is going to be on the TP Link side of it, which is the 4G modem router that I've got that can obviously do the the actual live stream because the 4G router can sometimes pick up between 15 and about 40 download, and it can usually pick up around about 15 uploads a max that can usually do. But sometimes it can waver a little bit, and it's kind of one of those ones where you've got to kind of find the right sweet spot to get the TP Link to work properly. Even though it has got an outdoor antenna, or at the moment it's inside because it has suction cups to it that you can stick on the window, but it does ultimately would probably be better outside, but it's only got a 5 meter cable, so you kind of restricted to how far that box can obviously be outside. Um, but yeah, I'd need to have someone come and drill some holes, or I'd have to look into it if I could possibly do it myself and drill a couple of holes somewhere to feed it outside and whatnot. But I kind of find it easier just to plug it indoors at the moment. I'm getting about 10 down, at least 10 uploads, sorry, about 10, 11 upload, which will be enough to run a good 720 stream at full capacity. So, yeah. So we're running it right now. Obviously, like I said, this webcam's not as great, but you should see a big difference in the quality of what you're seeing. You shouldn't see any pixelation or any problems on there. I've been going up here onto OBS, going to the view docs, and then down to what's called stats, which tells me if there's any issues. If there's any issues, it normally tells me and it brings it up here, which I do need to add actually to my um, my sorted assortment of things on OBS here, so I can keep a track on it. So looking at it at the moment for the recording, it's not dropped. It's dropped about 12 frames due to render lag, but with the other one, and that's because obviously I've brought up that window, but it's rendering at a phenomenal time. Like the other one, the other card that I used to have, it used to drop a lot of frames. I used to drop probably in the region around about 700 odd frames. Sometimes it'd be okay and it'd manage it. Sometimes it would just drop quite a few frames. And what I mean by dropping frames is you'll get like a pixelation on the screen. It'll look kind of pixelated and it'll not look very pretty, even though I've got the bit rate up to where it should be. It just wasn't coping to keep up with the actual encoding and decoding of the actual stream onto a live stream. So that process was struggling a lot. So you'll see the quality is a lot different now that obviously it's working as intended. That's not caffeine, is it? No. So yeah, we're finally done. I do have some proper DisplayPort to DisplayPort cables come in because I really wanted to kind of try these monitors in DisplayPort and see what they can do. The only obviously issue is this particular one, where the Ava Media Plus 2 or 2 Plus boxes, that doesn't have display ports, so that will probably have to run through HDMI regardless. Will be this setup with the PlayStation and obviously this monitor here. But the 4K monitor up there should be able to run in full display port mode, and we'll see how we get on with that, if that makes any improvements to quality or anything. But I'm pretty happy with it. It's an absolute beast of cards, brilliant. So I definitely recommend it if you're looking out there for a decent card and you don't need it for like anything too crazy. I think it should be able to handle it pretty well, even though I can't handle speaking right now. Um, but yeah, it's been good. I played, like I said, just well, the early hours of this morning I was playing Halo. I was playing just a quick playlist, and it's been pretty fun. I kind of thought Halo was having a problem until I realized you've got to open Xbox Game Pass to get to that for it to update because it needed an update. So that's been updated now. I will try and update a couple of things this morning if I can, in terms of playing games. Obviously at 10:30 today, so definitely come along if you want to check out the new stream or the new quality. Hopefully, the TP link can handle the upload speed as good as it has done in the past, and we'll get some good games going. So we'll see how we go. I'll probably play console today. I don't want to try and play Caldera on a PC as well. I want to kind of well, first of all, I need to download the update for it, which is going to take forever. But the other thing is, I want to kind of play on PlayStation for now, so I can tweak the settings because obviously PC games have a lot more different sort of annoying settings in between. We may play some Caldera. I'm kind of actually feeling like playing a bit of Halo as well this afternoon, so we'll see how we go on with that because I may have to set up the PC in a certain way. Because the only issue I'm going to have, if anything, is if I want to stream and play PC games, excuse me, at the same time, I'm going to have to use my home connection and not the TP link. Because the TP link can't handle playing games on. It can only do as good for like downloading and uploading stuff, or it kind of does okay for doing the live streaming. To actually play and have all of the wigwam, I'm going to have to use obviously the um the home connection in order to run the stream and play games if I'm going to play PC games. So we'll see how we go. We might play just today on Caldera see how we go. We might play some other games as well. There is a couple of games that we can be reintroduced to that I didn't actually know I didn't have on PS5. There's a couple of games. There's Dauntless and there's Rogue Company. These two games I've actually been playing on the PS4 version of those games, and there was actually a PS5 version of them. It's like, thanks for not telling me. So I only knew that because I was looking the other day at some games, and I was like, hang on, it says Dauntless download, but I've got it downloaded. And then I looked at the version, it says PS5. I'm like, you kidding me? I've been playing all this time on the PS4 version. And I went and had a look, and yeah, I was playing on PS4. So I've updated that to PS5. I've updated Road Company to PS5. So they're now at the PS5 version. I'm going to double check all the other games, just make sure there's nothing else. Even Doom. Doom I was playing on the PS4 version, and there's a PS5 version, which I can now play with ray tracing. So I was playing Doom yesterday in ray tracing, and that was absolute like boom. It's like what the hell? I could play this game with ray tracing. It's like that's nuts. So I I enjoyed it. You know, I enjoyed it. Even though PS5 does play with ray tracing, I don't know what I'm even talking about. But yeah, it was just fun, and even to record it with ray tracing. Um, But yeah, the PC is going to be able to handle easily a lot of the games and stuff now. It should be flat out, you know, a no brainer. Um, Obviously, it can handle VR. So yeah. Anyway, I blabbed on for what 22 minutes about. So I do apologize, but I really wanted to talk about it. I was just like, yay, we've done it. It's taken so long. We've got there finally. So there you have it, the new card. Come and check out the live stream today. We'll have the new card pumping it away, the super hardcore gameplays, hopefully, and we'll see how we go. So yeah, if you enjoy, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. My arm's going to do my nutting. I don't know if she's at college or university today, so I might have to go to the shop and go get some um, ibuprofen. But yeah, we'll be live today at 10:30. Anyway, you know what it is. It is I, the Kappa Convict, signing out. As always, I salute you, my convicts and convicts, and I will see you at 10:30 today, hopefully, for the live stream. Apologies for obviously not being able to live stream yesterday, but that was due to the ECHP plan. Uh, Basically, a discussion regarding Rio's autism. I also had my other son ECHP plan to consider as well, Thomas, because I'm going to be speaking to their teachers on Tuesday, Wednesday next week about his ECHP plan, and obviously see how he's getting on. Hopefully, he's doing pretty well because unfortunately, due to um, issues, I've not been really told about Thomas and about his schooling, how he's going throughout the years. One, because obviously I live far away, and for me to drive there and back just would be absolutely insane to try and do. And you've obviously unfortunate problems and issues with the mum. Uh, but yeah, the life of being a separated parent. What can you do? Anyway, salute you, and see you hopefully for live stream. Bye for now.